The OnePlus 15 is better than perfect. It grants every smartphone wish I have and exceeds most expectations. It has the best battery life of any smartphone, stellar performance, and top-notch cameras backed by an understated yet durable design. There isn't a better phone you can buy than this one. If a smartphone genie offered me 3 wishes for my dream phone, I couldn't have created a device as great as the OnePlus 15. It delivers more than the most demanding smartphone fans could wish for, with priorities that reflect the ways I really want to use my phone. My 3 wishes: first, I'd wish for a battery life that lasts all day. The OnePlus 15 watches my dream phone fall asleep, then parties hard for another day and a half. I let this phone go uncharged for 3 days during my review, and I still had some juice left, and that's not to mention the incredibly fast charging speeds. My second wish would be for a durable phone, water resistant with glass that is tough enough it won't break if I drop it. OnePlus makes its flagship phone more durable than any Samsung or Apple phone you can buy. I watched last year's OnePlus 13 survive a run through a dishwasher, and OnePlus 15 is even tougher than that. Bring on the hot water jets. My final wish would be get back some of the great smartphone features we have lost over the years. I remember when Android phones were about personality and customization. Now you can't even organize your app drawer on a Pixel phone. The OnePlus 15, on the other hand, is the phone for people who love smartphones. You can customize it, but it looks great even if you don't. It has a ton of unique widgets that add functions to your home screen, or you can hide those on a separate shelf. Oh, and it has an IR blaster. Remember when phones had those? Even Samsung Galaxy S6 could change the channel on your TV. And the OnePlus 15 brings that back. It can act as a universal remote control, a feature I treasure when I lose my TV remote after I turn out the lights. The OnePlus 15 is great at everything you want to do on your phone. For gaming, it's a next level handheld. I was able to play games with settings in the experimental realm. The OnePlus 15 pushes past limits you never noticed on other smartphones, and there are enough game developers on board to make the advantage worthwhile. Call of Duty looked as good on my phone as it does running on a console with an even better frame rate, and I say that as a long-time gamer, not a casual interloper. What's the catch? Well, you might have to explain to people who OnePlus is when they ask about your phone, because most people I talk to have never heard of them. That's because OnePlus doesn't sell its best phones in carrier stores. You won't see the OnePlus 15 available free with a contract and a trade on AT&T and Vodafone. That means you pay more upfront, which is a shame. Lots of my friends would love this phone but don't have hundreds to shell out. At least OnePlus usually has decent trade-in offers when you buy directly from the company. There are a few other shortcomings, but they don't amount to much when you consider this phone competes with the base model iPhone 17 and Galaxy S25, even though it offers as much as an Ultra or Pro Max. We used to call this a flagship killer. Now I just call it the best phone you can buy, and the first phone I have tested that deserves a perfect score. I have tested phones that were as durable as the OnePlus 15 and phones that packed a battery just as large or larger. They are as big as school buses and just as heavy. The OnePlus 15 is a marvel of design because it looks simple and refined, totally normal. It isn't trying to be gorgeous, it's just a very nice looking smartphone. Astonishingly, the OnePlus 15 packs with the largest battery of any smartphone I have tested, but it's only a hair thicker than the iPhone 17, which has a battery almost half the size. Does that mean the OnePlus 15 could have been much thinner with a normal battery? Who cares? Apparently nobody wants a thin phone with a small battery. The OnePlus 15 is the phone you have been asking for instead of the iPhone Air. The OnePlus 15 is more restrained than previous OnePlus phones, and while I miss the navy blue curves of the OnePlus 13, and the swirling jet green OnePlus 12, I understand the impulse to be less flashy. Those camera bumps were very large, the phones were downright ugly. The OnePlus 15 looks like it could descend from the same lineage as the Google Pixel 10. It has a prominent camera bump that feels precisely machined, taking up a square of the corner on the back. The curves of the phone, the camera bump, and the camera lens windows are all symmetrically aligned on the same axis. The color options for the OnePlus 15 are a bit staid compared to previously flashy hues, but each comes with its own benefits. My review unit came in the sandstorm color that OnePlus claims is slightly more durable than the rest. Owing to the electrified way the color is applied to the frame, the lilac color will be more limited, which only makes me want it more. The OnePlus 15 has a display made for serious gaming. That doesn't mean you won't enjoy its benefits if you don't play hardcore online multiplayer games. It is still incredibly bright and colorful, but for gaming it stands out like no other phone I have tried. How fast is the OnePlus 15 display? You are going to need to find the experiment settings in Call of Duty Mobile to truly take advantage of what this phone can do. For a number of games, the OnePlus 15 can refresh up to 165Hz. For the rest of its functions, it refreshes from 1Hz always on sleep screen to 120Hz. I was a big fan of the OnePlus 13 fingerprint sensor, and I am pleased to report the OnePlus 15 has the most consistent scanner I have used on a phone this year. While Samsung phones regularly fail to register my fingerprint, the OnePlus 15 opened the first time I tried every single time. Only Apple's Face ID system is this consistent and quick. Other Android makers haven't been able to match this convenience. Is this the best display around? Our lab tests say the Google Pixel 10 Pro is much brighter with better color. I definitely preferred the Pixel 10 Pro for taking photos outdoors, but the OnePlus 15 still has a great display and its fast response time pushes it to the top. OnePlus has its own version of Android 16 Oxygen OS and its very elegant design that takes great advantage of the sharp resolution of the display. You get plenty of tools like a widget shelf and a pop-up sidebar, or you can just ignore all of those and enjoy the uncluttered, effective look. There are tons of unique features built in that are actually useful and don't require too much digging. If you are daring, try the Zen Space, which will lock you out of your own phone for a minute. No joke, no half measures, nothing you can do get in a back in. Like I said, it's daring. I like Oxygen OS. It's clearly inspired by iOS without feeling amateur. It rewards OnePlus owners who know other OnePlus owners with special sharing and communication features that work between devices. If you are an iPhone owner considering a switch, this is the first Android stop I'd recommend on your bus out of Apple Town. There are AI tools on the OnePlus 15 and even a button that will take a screenshots to save to a special AI mind space. This is similar to Google's screenshot app on its Pixel phones, and it's an unobtrusive way to let AI collect your personal data on your own terms. The OnePlus AI also did a fine job transcribing my recordings, which is an AI tool I use frequently across my devices for meeting and interviews. OnePlus says this phone will get 4 years of major Android updates, hopefully taking Oxygen OS 16 all the way up to Oxygen OS 20, though we'll have to hold OnePlus to this promise. It will get 6 years of security updates as well, even after the OS updates stop. With the OnePlus 15, you get a versatile camera array that rises to any occasion. For hundreds less than a Pixel 10 Pro XL or Galaxy S25 Ultra, you get a camera with the same capabilities, especially a real 3.5x optical zoom lens. The photos I got from the OnePlus 15 were usually just as good as pics from the best camera phones, and in some cases the OnePlus 15 shots were the best. Compared to the Pixel 10 Pro and Galaxy S25 Ultra, for instance, the OnePlus 15 camera achieves more clarity edge to edge in most photos. The OnePlus 15 does have some special tricks up its sleeve. It's the best camera phone I have used when I'm shooting a fast moving subject. For my kids' football games, the combo of zoom plus action mode means I get shots with the ball hovering in mid-air, taken from high up in the bleachers. Other phones can manage the same zoom but not the same speed. Maybe there are too many models in the camera, but there are some I am dying to try, like the underwater mode that balances for the blue light and gives you controls to use when the screen doesn't work. I'll need to wait until it's warmer for that one. Is the OnePlus 15 the absolute best camera phone? I still think the iPhone 17 Pro is tops, but for the price, the OnePlus 15 offers unique features and excellent quality, and it surpassed my expectations once again. Here are some camera samples of the OnePlus 15. As one of the fastest smartphones with the newest Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chipset inside, I knew the OnePlus 15 would be incredibly fast, but I usually wonder where all that speed goes. Thankfully, OnePlus offers concrete examples for gamers, and if you haven't taken mobile gaming seriously before, maybe it's time. I usually test phones by playing Call of Duty Mobile with my Xbox controller on Bluetooth. I max out the settings and play multiplayer games to test the frame rate. Not only did the OnePlus 15 play COD better than any previous phone I have used, I maxed out all the settings including every options in the experiment mode, and the game ran just as smoothly. It looked like a current gen console game running on my phone. The OnePlus 15 even supports a 165Hz display refresh rate, which means some games will be able to run at a theoretical 165 FPS. Those include Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, Real Racing 3, Standoff 2, Blood Strike FPS for All, and of course Call of Duty. Even if you are not a gamer, you will still appreciate the smooth performance of the OnePlus 15 in everyday tasks. Oxygen OS offers a variety of visual transitions between your home screen panels, for instance, as well as other pop-up features. All of these respond instantly as you tap and swipe. We will probably see a slightly faster version of this chipset when the Samsung Galaxy S26 is launched in early 2026, but the big question will be what Samsung does with so much power. Will the next Galaxy have a high refresh rate display and a stable of games ready to run fast? Or will that power be squandered on AI? The benchmarks might give Samsung a future win, but the OnePlus manages to put all of its power to use for once. Last year's OnePlus 13R was my pick for the best phone to buy for battery life, but this year's OnePlus 15 raises the bar higher than I thought possible. Its battery seems obnoxiously large on paper, but the phone feels no heavier or thicker than any other flagship smartphone. Is there really a 7300 mAh cell inside? Our lab tests say yes, indeed, and it's more impressive than it sounds. How long should a smartphone last? A day? Today, I woke up on Wednesday with a fully charged OnePlus 15. I went to bed on Friday night and the phone still had battery power in the single digits. It lasted nearly 3 full days of use. You can leave your charger at the office for the weekend without worrying too much. Even better, bring the charger along because the OnePlus 15 charges faster than any other phone you will find. In 30 minutes of charging with the included 80-watt charger, I had more than 80% battery life. In less than 45 minutes, I was fully charged. That means you might get a whack of real-world use from this phone with just over an hour sitting on the wired charger. Want to go wireless? Like everything else on the OnePlus 15, wireless charging will demolish your expectations. This phone can charge faster on a OnePlus AirVook wireless charger than an iPhone 70 Pro can charge with a wire. Too bad it doesn't have magnets built in then, but I highly recommend getting a OnePlus case. All of the new OnePlus 15 cases have magnets that align the wireless charging with your favorite MagSafe accessories, but I highly recommend splurging on AirVook. A few moments on a charging stand and you will be ready for hours more playtime. Most phones are iterative upgrades, but the OnePlus 15 is a revolutionary one that sets a new record for battery life performance, more AI features, and a new chipset that ushers in a new era for mobile gaming with its 165Hz display. Getting all these in a flagship that's still under $900 is unbelievable.